before we'd be dealing with the issues the member mentions.
Question number 11, Melissa Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Social Development and ask, what impact have the government's future-focused welfare reform had to date?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, under the government's 2010 future-focused welfare reforms, we introduced a new obligation requiring those receiving an unemployment benefit to reapply after a year. Since these changes, 62,178 people have gone through the reapplication process, and as a result, 15,768 people did not reapply during that process. The simple renewal request has saved well over $29.5 million in benefit expenditure.
Supplementary question to the Minister. How have these changes supported more sole parents into work?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, as part of those changes, we also introduced a part-time work obligation for sole parents with children over 6 years old, which means we are actively working with around 6,000 sole parents each month. As a result, we've seen a greater proportion move into part-time work. Compared with 2 years ago, the number of sole parents in part-time work has increased by nearly 2,000 to 16,300.
Melissa Lee.
Supplementary. What reports has she seen that show support for the government's welfare reforms?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, I've seen a number of supports, as you can imagine. One is that, and I quote, "It is wrong to tax a working person almost to breaking point, then give it to a person who is able to work but refuses to," end quote. That's on the Member for Hutt South's Facebook page. I note that members also have support from the leader of the Labour Party, which I've seen a report there that says he has, and I quote, "little tolerance for people who don't pull their weight," end quote. I welcome those members' support for government welfare reforms.
Question number 12, Barbara Stewart.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.